Good evening, viewers. Welcome to VOICEIT, a talk show. Unfortunately, my presenter, Malisha Liu, couldn't make it tonight because of the shutdown. There's no transport for her to come, so I had to stand in for her. Before we start, we just need to read our disclosure to all the viewers and to our guests that we don't take responsibility for offensive language or videos while live streaming. COVID-19, our candle on our screen is for all the people that lost their loved ones with the COVID-19 epidemic, and we keep on praying for full recovery. And you must really try and keep the distance, because at this stage the Free State is having the highest wave 3, and it's going to get worse. The purpose of VOICEIT talk show, our talk show will be broadcast in English and in Afrikaans. The show is for any person or organization to voice their opinion in the Free State and around the world. The platform is to share information and knowledge. The viewers are also welcome to interact and ask relevant questions. But before we're going to start, we just want to give you a background. What is our plan with all the political parties that we interview? We had the Khoisan, we had the PA, we had the DA, and tonight we have the EFF. We are just waiting for the ANC to come back, because the ANC, there's still a battle between them. Before the municipality election, we would like to invite all of them with a live audience where we can debate and people can exactly know in which direction to vote for who they choose that night. So please make it a point. In September, we are going to have an open debate with all the political parties and live audience sharing the interview. Right, tonight's topic is the EFF freedom fighters. I must say I'm very impressed with our guest here tonight. She is the EFF provincial chairman. You are welcome. Mandisa Makasini. She was very, very early here, and we had lovely chats, and that was making us so calm that we know she is around. But before we're going to start, we're going to quickly read a bio of our guest here, that you can just have a slight background of who she is. She's born in 1975 in Welkom in the Free State. Kommissar Mandisa Makasini is the EFF provincial chairperson elected in 2018 up to date. She is the former provincial secretary of the EFF and is a founder member of the EFF since 2013. Kommissar Mandisa Makasini is a member of the Free State Provincial Legislature and EFF party leader. Before the EFF, Kommissar Mandisa Makasini was a deputy chairperson of the Youth League in the province. She is a woman of strong will and character. Many place her amongst the ranks of Mama Winnie Madizela, and many of the Free State even refer as Matsopa, as she reminds them of the great prophetess Anna Matsopa Mageta. Commissioner is also a woman activist that openly advocates for women's rights and advocacy. She believes in women taking up space in society and playing an important role in changing and transforming society. She believes in equality. She also advocates for young girls and run sanitary pads campaigning, where she advocates the sanitary towels should be free and accessible for the young girls, and fights against gender-based violence. She's a big fighter of gender-based violence, and she has been seen many times at the forefront in the battle lines with victims and being the voice of voiceless, abused and victimized women. So before we're gonna start, we're gonna play a video clip of Mandisa. Right, before we continue with the topic here and give Mandisa the platform, it's going to be quite interesting because we're also going to touch up of the shutdown that was happening in Bloemfontein for these 2 days. We don't know how long it's going to be. So we just going to play a short video clip, a background of the EFF, where the EFF have started.
Congratulations.
Just months after its launch in 2013, the EFF became the third biggest party in the National Assembly.
The Economic Freedom Fighters, 25 seats.
We'll see each other on the 3rd of August. Thank you.
2016 municipal polls present yet another challenge for the party. History shows that parties formed by former ANC leaders post the 1994 elections don't win enough votes to run a municipality. Could the EFF turn that tide? Leading up to the August 3rd elections, the EFF put up a fierce fight, with its commander-in-chief, Julius Malema, holding up to 10 mini-rallies a day.
We know Malema is going to win this vote. Other people want to vote for somebody who can do all the things right.
The majority party with 40 seats.
The last polls show that the ANC remains the front runner, with up to 196 municipalities under its control. However, the National Freedom Party played a kingmaker in those polls. Of the 19 hung municipalities in KwaZulu-Natal, the party went into a coalition with the ANC in 17 local authorities. The question now is the EFF a game changer or a kingmaker?
Well, we don't have a manifesto of coalitions, we have a manifesto of governing, and we will deal with those issues after the elections. But the mandate of our party has been that we must not go into alliance or a coalition with the ANC. Our party said if people vote for the ANC and the ANC get less than 50%, it's a loud whispering that the ANC must go. And we cannot be the ones that brings the ANC from a back room.
Right, welcome Mandisa as our guest here tonight. I hope you are quite relaxed. I think you must be relaxed. We had a couple of minutes to chat. The EFF, can you explain to our viewers, where does the EFF come from? How did it start? What is their mandate?
The EFF is the political party that has formed in 2013 after we have realized this is the only vehicle that can change the life of our people. So we met at Uncle's Tom in Soweto, where we decided we are going to form this organization and we are going to contest the election, because we realize in South Africa there's no alternative except the ideas that we are bringing to the people of South Africa.
Was there a problem that you decided to bring up a party like the EFF with a ruling party, or what was the main reason?
The main reason of forming the EFF, we realized, the people of South Africa, we don't own means of production like the economy. The only thing that we have realized that our forefathers and our mothers fought for, it was only to get the political freedom, but we didn't realize the economic freedom. So the EFF is a vehicle that will make sure that we brings the economic freedom for our people, so that the marginalized people, they can also participate in the economy, so that we can live equally with everyone in the world.
Okay. The EFF wear these berets in the red color. How do they get to a beret and the color red?
I think the beret is the issue of, we symbolize the disciplinarians, and we present that the only people that wear beret, in the soldier, are people that are very disciplined, and the red color, it will reflect the martyrs that they fought for our freedom before we were born, majority of us. And those people, they fought for their freedom and they didn't realize. So we are still bleeding. We still believe that the red color is significant, so that we must remember where you come from and where you go through. So the color generally, it symbolizes that we still need to fight. We didn't realize any economic freedom. We only realized the political freedom. So the red color comes with that thing. I can check, you can check in our logo. We have a green, that means represent the minerals. We also have the star, that means the means of production. So those things, and the black color, that means our life of our people that they fought for. So generally, we say the beret will represent who we are. That is why majority of us, we call ourselves amongst our circle fighters, and the leaders, we call ourselves commissars.
Commissars, I understand. Your leader, Julius Malema, why did he leave the ANC to start a new political party? Is there any reason?
He was expelled by the ANC in 2012 after we came with the resolution immediately after the conference of the Youth League, where one of our mandate was to make sure that we need to fight for the nationalization of mines, and so that to make sure that we then must be expropriated against amongst the people. So unfortunately, the ruling party, they were not comfortable with those resolutions, but they pinpoint to individual instead of dealing with the problem, because it was not a resolution of Malema, it was a resolution of the conference that they mandated the leader, the NEC that were elected in that conference, that one of your mandate must make sure we need to nationalize the mines, and the leadership of the ANC felt uncomfortable, and they make sure they deal with the leadership of the EFF. Now is the leadership of the EFF. By that time, I was the president of the EFF, and then they expelled him. Although he pleaded that I want to remain in the ANC. What I want my membership. But unfortunately, the ANC felt that they don't need him in the ANC. Then that's where the formation of the EFF in 2013, we decided, let's meet and push the vehicle, because we realize the majority of the young people of South Africa and black in general, we want economy. So that is the idea, the formation of the EFF.
Okay. We just going to watch a short video clip of Julius Malema, and then we're coming back.
Nothing suntan in Zimbabwe. There's everything about the Zimbabweans. Let them go back and go and fight there. Even when the ANC was underground in exile, we had our internal underground forces fighting for freedom.
You live in
and we have never spoken from exile. You see, let me tell you, before you are chacharach, let me tell you. This is a building of a revolutionary party. And you know nothing about the revolution.
So they're not welcome in Samson, but you are.
Yeah, you behave or else you jump. Yeah, you don't laugh.
You joke.
Chief, can you get security to remove this thing? If you're not going to behave, you're going to call security to take you out. This is not a newsroom, this is a revolutionary house. And you don't come here with that 10 days. Don't come here with that white 10 days. Not yet. You can do it somewhere else. Not yet. If you've got a tendency of undermining blacks even where you work, you are in the wrong place. Yeah, you are in the wrong place.
That's rubbish.
Rubbish is what you have covered in that trouser. That is rubbish. That which you have covered in this trouser is rubbish. Okay? You are a small boy. You can't do anything.
I didn't come here to be...
Come out. Go out. Bastard. Go out. You bloody agent.
Now, Mandisa, there we see that a lot of people are telling us that your leader is a very, very aggressive person, and he makes also you as the EFF members also aggressive. There we see he called it agent, your bloody agent, and he's a very, I'm actually also scared of him. I don't know, does he have the 7-dan karate belt that he's so aggressive with the people, or is he a professional boxer? Can you explain why is he so aggressive, or is he just tired? What is your opinion about it?
Our leader is a very humble person, very respectful person, but maybe how people they treat him. You know, if we are fighting for what you believe, then a person will come and undermine in your house. You cannot just to smile and say, well, it's okay, we'll give a cheek while he's giving a clap. So generally, he's a good person. If you can meet with him, I wish one day you can interview him. He's a very humble somebody and very respectful, and he respects any view, even if you're negative. But the approach of that young boy, indeed, he undermined, because he was invited in the media briefing of the Youth League. He was supposed to listen, and when the right time came, he was supposed to ask a question, not interject while we were presenting the media briefing. So I don't think we are in aggressive, but if you want us to push to the limit, we will give you what you want.
Okay, there you hear it now. He is a humble guy. VOICEIT is going to look very forward. Maybe before September, we'll have him live in our studio. My next question to you is, don't you think in South Africa that if we only have 2 political parties, we can overcome the ruling party if the ruling party is at default? By having such a lot of small parties, we don't know, does the people really care to make South Africa better, South Africa for them, or is it that they are just there for self-enrichment by opening more and more and more parties? What is your opinion? Don't you think if there's only 2 political parties?
I don't see anything wrong for having many different views in the community of the people that they believe. Everyone who brings his ideas, people, they listen to, they choose to take the idea of the certain political party. Not all the political leaders, they came to political parties to enrich themselves. The issue is what you brought in the table, what you want to achieve, all of us in general as political party, want to change the life of our people to the better. But unfortunately, there are elements of the people that they don't use this vehicle in the right way. They use to benefit them, and they end up being corrupted. Those people that are corrupt are enriching themselves. Let's call them by names and make them the country to know them, so that we clean the society. But the process of democracy allows anyone to open any political party and let the people listen to the message and ignore the person or the face of the person who is leading the party.
Okay, thank you for that one. We're going to move on to a video clip that's very sensitive, and the EFF is really driving this message through to the world.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, EFF leadership, members of the House, fellow South Africans. Almost 400 years ago, a criminal by the name of Jan van Riebeeck landed in our native land and declared an already occupied land by the native population as a no man's land. Van Riebeeck, the first descendant of the Dutch to arrive in the Cape, will later lead a full-blown colonial genocide, anti-black land dispossession criminal project, arguing that simply because our people could not produce title deeds, this land that they have been living in for more than 1,000 years was not their own. Essentially, he was disregarding their humanity, treating them as part of the animal world. To him, and many who would have come long after him, the Africans were less than human, not deserving of land ownership. On this basis, the project disempowering Africans of the ability to call this place their land was initiated in blood and in pain. Millions ended up in the humiliated, conquered township condition of being cheap and easily disposable labor. Cecil Rhodes, Paul Kruger, John Smart, General Herzog, Verwoerd, Botha, even de Klerk, all labored on the Van Riebeck assumption that Africans are less than human.
There we have seen the statement that Mr. Julius Malema made that's quite powerful, that they believe that they must take the land without compensation back. Can you elaborate for us why is he so consistent on that one?
You know, I think you earlier said you once hosted the Khoisan leader in this studio of yours. And one of the things we know, Jan van Riebeck, when he came with the trees, dromedaries and everything. They didn't bring the land. But the people that were supposed to own the land in Africa, they don't own the land. So you are saying, let the government control the land, let everyone who want to occupy the land or who want to use the land for either agriculture or anything, they must apply. You cannot have one person, one family who own more than five farms, while other people, they don't own the land. While they were born and here in Africa, we don't have anything. So you say, let the government control the land, let everyone given opportunity to apply, and we are not going to buy the land, because even Jan van Riebeck, they didn't buy the land, they stole this land. They found our fathers here, they misled them, they gave them the things that they were not supposed to give them. So what we want to see equal the redistribution of the land. Let everyone who want to use the land apply in the right process, but you cannot allow and say it's okay while you have one people, minority control majority of the land, while the people of South Africa, they don't get anything.
So you mean by saying that it's not a matter of people are just going to go and say, I want this farm, I want that farm, I want that land. There's a procedure, or how will you explain to the viewers?
There will be a land court where people will apply, the judges, maybe 3 panel of the judges or 4 panel of the judges. So you'll put your case, you apply the land, I want to use this land, they must give in a certain time. If you are not use the land for the what we have applied, the government must take on that land and give to the next person. But priority must be given to our black people, because these are the people that are majority, that they are not owning the land.
So will this court also see that this guy can really operate this land, or you're just going to give it to them?
You give the person the land, you give them the person the support, you assist them with their tools and mechanism, you support them so that it can be a farmer that you've been recognized in the world, not just to give them land, then you left them. Give them the land, support them, give things that they can make and work the land. Because majority of our people since 1994, black people were given the land, but they just gave the land. The next thing the government will come, or the person who was selling the land to those people will come and buy the land to those people, because they don't have tools of trade to work the land. So they're saying, let least all of us, we know when I want to be a farmer, I must go to a certain court, I must make application, I must get the tenure, how many times, maybe for how long, what I'm going to use. If I want to do mining, if I want to do factory, if I want to do agriculture, I must be given an opportunity. And if I don't do what I said I'm going to do it, let the government take the land, give to the next person who will use the land for what he had applied. Not just a willy-nilly that I will wake up and just take somebody's land and I don't do anything.
Okay, so what you also, there's a trend that people are fearing, especially our whites, that have bought a land, say a farm. They've registered it, they are still paying the loan off from upside. It's not a type of a thing there. Tomorrow they'll come and say, listen here, you must move this land we're giving to somebody else.
That's not what we're saying. We are saying they must give us a land audit. How many percentage that have been owned by the government? How many land that are owned by the private? Who are the people that has occupied those land wrongfully? Because we know there are white people who didn't follow the procedure to get those land. And where are they? Because majority of these white people who are owning the land, they are in Australia, they are not in South Africa. If you go to Senegal, Poloru, and Marquardt and Bellefontaine, they are only the farm managers that are there. But the people that are occupying those land, they are not in Africa. While there are people who are born in those farms, but they don't get opportunity to get the opportunity to own the land.
Okay. I hope viewers, this is a little bit clear for you on how the EFF see this land without compensation. But You can send your questions. We're gonna have time when we go through the questions. We're gonna go to another video of clicks.
This is how protesters in South Africa raided Clicks beauty stores over these ads. Opposition party Economic Freedom Fighters described the ads as racist and dehumanizing and demand the stores shut down. Cosmetics companies have come under heavy fire during the Black Lives Matter protest for dictating white standards of beauty as the norm.
It's not about the hair, it's about the dignity of a black person. It's not respected. It's very easy for them to use a black person's dignity, drag it on the floor and use it as something that is not proper, and only white hair is proper.
The backlash has forced companies like Johnson & Johnson, L'Oreal and Unilever to drop the words whitening and fair from their skin lightening products.
This was a video clip that made headlines, and the EFF feel it fit to approach clicks with this ad. Can you give us more information? How did the EFF see this ad thing to the public that they can understand it better?
I think we are fighting our dignity. You know, it doesn't mean if I've got my hair like this, then there's a lady, a white person who's got his hair, then they will demean me as if my hair is not okay. They must allow me to, I'm like that, they must accept the way we accepted them. But they cannot, they were insulting us with that ad because they're really undermining whatever, anything that is beautiful is what represents the whiteness. Anything that is ugly, that represented the black people. So we wanted to send a strong message that we are also human beings, we need to be respected. We are people, that the white people, as we see them as human beings, they must also see us as human beings. So we wanted to send a strong message to everyone who's doing that. Like what is happening in US with the George Floyd and the Lindelani Myeni. People, if we are black people, they just undermine you. They don't regard you as a human being. So black is beautiful. Even if I've got my afro, then I'm still beautiful and I must be allowed to go to work and with my hair as long as I feel comfortable.
And I really say black is beautiful with that hair, but why is a lot of some of our blacks and even so-called coloreds wearing this human hair or Brazilian hair? Why do they not wear their original hair?
I think it's our responsibility, all of us as Africans, as human beings, that we must educate our children. It's that when we are young, when your parent bought you a doll, they will buy you a doll that is white instead of a black doll. You go to ShopRite now on the store, you check a white doll is very expensive than the black doll. So we are saying people, because that's the thing that we thought to be beautiful, you need to bleach yourself, to wear the weave, you don't believe in yourself. So I think it brought back the confidence of the black people. If you can check now on the retail store, you get all these Afro things, they are on the retail store. EFF has brought the dignity of the black person. Now we have been recognized as a human being. I can go to work like this with my Afro, no one will say I'm untidy because that's my hair. They have to respect me.
Yeah, I remember those years with Margaret Singana and them, it was the Afros, it was so original, Maria Makeba and them. But now this type of hair, but it makes sense when you say the little child get brought up with the white doll with long hair. What do you call that doll? That expensive doll?
Barbie.
Yeah.
If we have Uno dolly with other things, they don't regard it as a proper one. So to have to be proper, must have a Barbie. So that is wrong.
Okay, I hope that is also a little bit of clarification on the Click saga. What would you say that when the ANC took control, all of us actually voted for the ANC, but suddenly less people start voting for the ANC, not that they wanted to be part of the DA or they want to be part of the EFF, it's because they were getting tired of the ANC, and then they just give their votes to other parties. Is that a fact, or what would your comment be on that one?
I think people that have voted in 1994, they have hope that things will be changed for the better. And we have promised manna in heaven. And immediately after that, they say Vukuzenzele, that's the slogan that they did. They will say vote for ANC, better life for all. But immediately after the election, we'll get another slogan that say Vukuzenzele. Go to your own corner, do whatever that you think. But now they have get what they wanted, and it's not about them. So what they have promised our people in 1994, they didn't deliver. And what is so painful, the TRC and CODESA, they only give us political freedom. They didn't give us economic freedom. All of us want economic freedom for our children so that we can better our life. All of us will need to live equally so that we can get a dignity. You can have your freedom to go on the street, but if you are hungry, you don't have a shelter, you don't have a water, your dignity is diminished. So what we want, people, they wanted a better life for all, but that better life of better life for all, they promised us, they didn't give us. So people, that is why they decided now, let's go and check where we'll get this, what we wanted, what we were promised in 1994. People are still chasing what they were promised in 1994, and we are still going to fight for what we have promised in 1994 because they told us they will give us economic freedom, and we didn't get that.
That is quite a good statement that she's making here. From Monday up to today, there was a total shutdown in Bloemfontein, and it spread to the other cities also. We just want to play you a few video tracks, and then we're gonna discuss this shutdown also.
Extinguish.
Die dorp toe gaan doen met die poskantore so die dokter bel sy besig hoe gereis mannetjies daar sit met bel gevat die foon en my geldjie daar. So ek weet nie hoe moet ek maak, so ek stuur die message op die polisie en ek hulle moet ding gaan stuur en we gaan help. Die mense moet gaan die mense help daar, so moet die soeke goed is want die soeke goed is mag nie gebeur het nie.
There was a meeting between us and Premier. The conversations and the meeting, how it went, I cannot disclose it right now. But there will be a media release for what has been agreed upon or what we did not agree on.
So our protest continuing tomorrow?
The protest will continue up until the citizens are satisfied. If the citizens are satisfied today, the protest will stop today. But if the citizens are not satisfied, I think we'll protest until Jesus comes.
Right, we have seen a few videos of this shutdown. There's no political parties involved in this thing. They say it's the communities that was getting fed up with poor service delivery, like we all know, potholes, not rubbish removal and all that. Is this really the case, or is it another case that companies doesn't get tenders? The local government is given tenders to companies outside, like as far as KwaZulu-Natal, Johannesburg, and this local business people doesn't get tenders, or is it to do with the potholes and the service delivery? What will your opinion be there?
I think my opinion will be the people wanted to the people that are paying taxpayers in the province, they wanted to participate in the economy fully, to be given opportunities. But as economic freedom fighters, we are saying we don't support the issue of the tendering. We are saying the government, let they create the government internally so that every citizen can get the opportunity to work, to have your benefit. Because this thing of the tendering processing are the things that have been manipulated, and it is very bad. If we are from Free State, when you go to the township, we found people that are doing their work all over the province are not the people of the Free State. Every Friday, they go back to their province, they pay rate and services outside, not in the Free State. Then they expect the people of the Free State to pay the services while they are not giving an opportunity to work their economy. So initially, the issue that I had, and I really supported them, if the people of the province can be getting opportunity so that they can run the economy of the province, but you cannot allow the situation when everyone who's doing their business is from Gauteng, is from KZN, now of late they are from Eastern Cape. The people of Free State, they don't get opportunity. But
is it not actually a mandate of the government that they must empower the local people in their regions by giving the tenders to them, by giving them outside?
The first priority must be the people that are residing in that area that must be given an opportunity. And I think the people of Free State, of Mangaung, they're capable that they can do any work that is happening in the provincial government. But unfortunately, the people of Free State, they are not given opportunity even to participate. People are coming outside to do their work in the province. Then Friday they go back home. They pay services in Soweto, in Gauteng, not here in Free State. How do you expect the economy of Free State will grow while the people, the residents of this province, they are not given opportunity?
But is your councillors not playing a big role in this by knowing that, sorry, we can't give this tender to this person from Gauteng or whatever? Or why is it happening that the councillors, is the councillors aware of it, or do they put a blind eye on it, or what would you say?
You know, this majority, the process of democracy is frustrating because there are people who, as a council, as a public representative, you are not allowed to participate in the processes of appointing who's the tenderer. But when they get that information, these people are not from the province. They do raise those things. But remember, the ANC is the governing party. The majority of the councillors, this opposition as combined, they get voted out. But the issue that the people of Mangaung are raising is long overdue. They've been raising, and the government of the day, they decided to ignore them. Maybe after this protest, they will start to take them serious, because the government of the day, they only listen if the people they fight. If you speak nicely, you demand your rights with their respect, they don't take you serious.
So what you are telling us that whenever the people get to burning and vandalizing places down, is they were getting so tired of talking to the management in charge, and the management in charge was just playing a deaf ear on them.
Maybe that's how the democracy of South Africa has been fought for, because we need to fight before you've been heard. People must be killed, people must lose their properties, like what is happening in the township. That is unfortunately, they were supposed to put their angers to the municipality, because the people that appoint are not those people who are owning those shops in the township, are the people of Mangaung. They know the management of Mangaung, they don't listen to them, even the provincial government. But the burning of and killing of the shops, I don't think is a good idea, because at the end of the day, that infrastructure that we are destroying, after this protest, you are still going to need it. But they were supposed to go to raise their frustration in the municipality, not to destroy any property, because after any protest delivery, we need those roads. We need the ambulance to drive to Heidedal to give our people services. How do we expect now the ambulance will go to Heidedal? Where are the street names? Where are the stop while they destroy everything? But That's unfortunately the government of the day. They only listen if people fight.
We had some time ago municipality on here with the media spokesperson, Mr. Kwandile, and he promised he'll come up again and to give us how they're going to improve. But well, he didn't came back the second time. Although we're not going to stop, even if we must have the premier here to give us her view. And because of this poor service delivery, a kid even lost his life. That could have been prevented, or what would you say about it?
Indeed, it was supposed to be prevented. We don't need to see what is happening in Mangaung. But unfortunately, the spokesperson of Mangaung, Dr. Kondile Kedama, knew he was lying. Maybe doesn't have answers. I will encourage you to pursue the provincial government, the premier, and the DG must come and account and tell the people of Mangaung, why are they appointing the people that are coming outside? Why are not listening to their grievances where they were being raising these grievances without any fight? Now this thing is getting out of hands. Getting the premier is telling us, no, yesterday I met with the people, all the stakeholders, everything is fine. But immediately after the statement of the office of the premier, we can see the protests is ongoing.
With these protests that are taking place, would you say it's the people that's vandalizing the shops, robbing the people? Because we have seen a video of a guy that was robbed from his cell phone. Or is it the opportunity that the criminals see to go together? What will your comment be on that one?
Unfortunately, in every protest, there are elements of people that they will come with their hidden agenda and to mark people and do the wrong thing. The issue that the people of Mangaung that were fighting, it was the opportunity. They wanted to have jobs in Mangaung, in the provincial government. They wanted to have tender to have the opportunity of the business. But the element of tagging also came because when there's no leadership, anything will happen. So the provincial government must take full responsibility and calm the situation and come to the table honestly with all the stakeholders and agree and resolve how are you going to resolve these issues, because this issues is not only in Mangaung, it's happening in the whole province. You go to Kwakwa, from Kwakwa today, there's no services. You can go to Machabeng, you can go to Fezile Dabi, their problem. People who are doing the business are not people, are local based people, are people that are coming from outside.
Yeah, that is totally bad. We're going to take a short break with Brooks Hill playing, and then we're going to attend to the questions. If there's any questions that you as viewers would like to ask, we already see there's a Ernest back that got a question here, and then we'll handle the questions and proceed with our show. Right, we got our first viewer here, Ernest Beck. He wants to know from you, will government give the land with title deeds because that will give farmers access to funding? Farmers do not get funding because they do not have access. So,
when we talk about land, that we will have a court land, we are saying people will apply, then they will get a lease for the land. The issue of the title deed, it must talk to the housing, your property when you bought the house, that you have to have your title deed. But for land, if I want to apply for agricultural land, I must be getting a lease of 10 years or 20 years tenure so that I can work the land. If I'm no longer using that land, I can hand over to the government, then the government will give to another person. So we need also our asset, they must be protected. Still, there are process of we are talking about the land and the title deed. We can't have a title deed, the asset must be protected, not the issue that, but on the issue of the land, we are going to give people the land and we are going to lease the land.
Okay, I hope, Ernest Beck, that is answering your question. We don't have a lot of other questions, so we're going to continue with a video of Senekal.
Nobody wanna see us today. Let me tell you about the story of my life. Nobody wanna see us at school.
There you see the video of the EFF went to Senekal. My question to the chair lady here is that there was a white farmer murdered by suspects, and then the EFF intervened in the court day the second time. Can you explain why did the EFF decided to go and intervene or engage there?
You know what makes us to go to Senegal? We wanted to protect our court because we didn't go there to support the criminality. that has happened with those people. We don't condone or promote the issue of who killed. We don't want anyone to kill anyone, either black or what. But what frustrates us and angered us is when the white people undermine the court of law. They go to the house, to the court of law, and they tear the gun and they undermine, they burn our vans, because those things are property. We are paying tax, our money is there as taxpayers. So if you can't stand when our court of law have been undermined by the arrogance of white people. That's the reason, that is why we're in court. We didn't go there to support the criminality element of killing. We don't want anyone to be killed. What hurt us at most is the issue. There were two ladies who were working as admin in that court of law. They end up to hide themselves under the table because those who had they shot them on their top. So no one wanted to protect, and you cannot just ban a property of the state, our car, then that thing is there, is to undermine, I think is a serious offense that you were supposed to act. But there were no arrests. It was just as normal as happened. But once you do that as a black person, you go to court and you undermine the court, you are supposed to immediately be arrested. So we didn't go to Senegal to protect the killing, to say those people, they have right to kill. No one has the right to kill anyone. We wanted to protect our court of law.
Okay, now you viewers hear that she say they wanted to protect the court of law. They didn't have nothing to do with the criminal. If that criminal was found guilty, the EFF support the court of law, but they had to protect the court of law. That's why they went there. For the other whites that showed no respect to the court of law in there. Right. We got another question of Matlong. What need to be done to stop this shutdown in Mangaung, Commissioner Madisa?
What needs to be done, the provincial government and all the stakeholders that they are participating on this thing, they must come to the table honestly, and also the provincial government must accept when they did wrong, and they must have a database. How do they give the people of the Free State opportunity so that they can participate in the economy? Check what is happening in the FDC. That is the vehicle that we're supposed to assist our people to grow the economy of Free State. But that department is a liability to the provincial government. So let the Premier come genuinely. She must stop managing those people who are protesting, and also those people, they must come genuine what they want, because they must not use young children for tendering, because those young boys that other people are protesting, they are supposed to be at school. Now, the COVID-19 affected most of our schooling last year. Again, we are spending almost a week, our children are not going to school. But in a manner, the arrogance of the provincial government wanted to manage these people is going to cost them. So I'm calling upon both stakeholders, the provincial government, let them come to the table, and those people who are leading the protest, also they must come to the table, and their demand, they must be clear what they want to achieve. All the stakeholders, they must compromise, but what we want to see the people of Free State benefiting to the economy of the province.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Victoria. We're going to look at a picture of a well-known person that I know very well. And this guy, he was in the ANC all his life. A person that really fight for the liberation of South Africa. Mr. Tony Marais. He left the ANC, and he was one of the founder members, if I'm right, with the EFF, fighting everything. But in 2018, there he says Zuma must go to Grootvlei, Uys must go to Grootvlei, and the Guptas must go to Paul's Mall. And nobody actually take note of the serious statement this guy made. And today it looks like things are happening, or there is maybe some wrongdoing of Zuma and Uys and the Guptas. What is your opinion about that?
I think Omdoni prophesized that this day will come, because old people have the wisdom to see things that we don't see. And indeed, he had that placard in Hededal when he was saying Ace must go to jail, because he realized Ace Magashule has messed up the economy of the Free State. He has destroyed a lot of people, including Omtoni, because this person was a member of parliament and he was a businessman, but he ended up died with nothing because of the people that were greedy. They wanted to participate alone in the economy. So Tony, I think where he is very happy. Finally, what we wanted to see of seeing Ace out of going to jail and Jacob Zuma, and so also the Indian community, those Gupta guys go to Portsmouth or go to India, because he was fighting for what the people of Mangaung are fighting today. What Tony was in that board was saying what these people that are protesting are saying today, because what they were fighting, they wanted to see Tony, the people of Mangaung, the people of Free State, the children of Free State benefiting everything that their fighters fought for, but they didn't. I think it's epic where he is. Whatever that he wanted to see is going to happen, even after 5 years.
In your opinion, as a politician, I'm not a politician at all. Do you think there is maybe some wrongdoing of Zuma, Ace and the Guptas?
There's a lot of wrongdoings of the Guptas and Ace and them, and not even only Ace alone, even Thabo Mbeki. Remember, Patricia de Lille was a whistleblower under the leadership of Thabo Mbeki. Well, she was raising these things that Zuma is going to court of it today. And Thabo Mbeki and Trevor Manuel dismissed, and they were naming that lady as if it's a mad person. But today the truth has come out. Also that I wish one day also Thabo Mbeki must come to the state capture and explain why they didn't act, because Zuma by that time was just a MEC of economic development in KwaZulu-Natal. But what was the government of the day, Trevor Manuel and Thabo Mbeki, did to stop what was happening? The issue of the arms deals is a long thing, where it started long time ago, and at that time, Patricia de Lille raised this thing as a whistleblower, and he got all the bad things and bad naming, but today everything that she was raised, and now it's getting to the court of law. Also, Thabo Mbeki must come and account and tell the people of the state why he didn't act.
Politics is getting difficult for me to understand. We're just going to look at a short video clip of Mr. Ace Magashule, and then we'd like to hear the response of our guest.
Nothing is going on with me. I'm still a Secretary General. I've suspended, as the NEC, we have suspended Suret.
What does that mean when you say the NEC suspended the president of the ANC? What has he done to deserve a suspension from you?
Allegations, those who have allegations, those who are charged, those who are reported to have been involved.
And what about your suspension? We understood earlier today
I've appealed.
Sorry?
I have appealed to CD.
So because you have appealed, you remain Secretary General of the ANC?
I'm Secretary General of the ANC. I was elected by conference. You can quote me verbatim.
I'm not going to just quote you verbatim. I've got you. So you've now suspended Cyril Ramaphosa based on allegations. Ace, can I ask you very quickly, what does this mean?
There you see the ANC have just suspended Ace with full benefits, and he's refusing. The other guys did step down. Why is Ace not stepping down?
That's the hypocrisy of the ANC. That is what is happening. And that's what Tony, they're always saying, that ANC is not honest. They knew what they are doing. They knew what they are fighting. So you want to observe and check till the end of this fight, where do we end up? But at the end of the day, is not benefiting the people of South Africa at all. The people that are suffering are the people of South Africa, because even the provincial government, they cannot come forward to intervene because there is no provincial government, political organization that is leading the provincial government. So that's the hypocrisy of AC and the ANC. So generally, let them kill one another and finish one another. We'll meet them on the 27th of October on the voting day.
There you hear what she's saying. We're just going to watch another video clip, and then I would like to hear a response also on that one.
All of us there in the NEC have our smallanyana skeletons, and we don't want to take out all skeletons out, because they will be, or hell will break loose.
Now you hear that she's saying there's a lot of members of parliament that's got skeletons, bikinyani. So there you have just mentioned something about Thabo Mbeki that I was not aware of. So in your opinion, where is this thing going to end up, even if a member of parliament say everybody got a skeleton there?
Remember, this lady said, I think 3 years ago, that all of us here, there's no one who's clean. And that is why I said the issue of Jacob Zuma and Esma Khashule is a long thing. And everyone who were in the government, they must come and account. Now I think the time of the skeleton has come out. Let everyone come and reveal what they did, that they have done to make the people of South Africa to suffer.
But do you think all of them will come out?
Not everyone will come out, because if you can check, the certain group protect another. It depends who's in power, who have majority support of protecting one another. But I can tell you, like what I just earlier said, that Thabo Mbeki initially was the people he was leading, and he protected Thabo Mbeki, Zuma. Now they are fighting. They want to come out with the issue of Jacob Zuma. Do you think Jacob Zuma and Esma Khashule will keep quiet? We are still gonna get a lot of things, a lot of surprises. This war is just started. It still have a long way to go. It's not gonna end it now in 2021.
But where is it gonna benefit our country financially?
We are not benefiting. As I said, there is no political leader, there's no government who's giving us the direction, because all of them, they are hiding, they are protecting one another. Unfortunately, the people that are suffering are people of South Africa. Our children, they are not getting this free education that we have promised. All of us, we are not getting our job. All of us are not getting the employment that we have promised. So there is no one that will benefit on this thing. We hope just the judicial will take a firm stand, and whoever will get implicated, they must be called, and they must not protect anyone. All of us, they must face the full might of the law.
What will your comment be if Ace become the president?
It's going to be difficult.
Is there a possibility?
The only possibility that I don't see any ANC leader will come as a president. My wish to see the commander-in-chief, the leader of the EFF, becoming the president of South Africa. From anyone from the ANC, of any political party, I don't wish, and I don't see them, they will emerge, because I don't see they are growing. Instead, if we can check the election results from 2014 to 2019, ANC is declining. Yes, they can win the wards now, but generally in every election, ANC and the DA, they are not growing. So my wish is to see my party as the leader, the economic freedom fighter, that the commander-in-chief at least be given an opportunity for the last 5 years. People of South Africa, they will see what is service delivery is.
But if the ANC clear them all out, do you think the people will vote again for the ANC? Because this was one of the biggest problems, that the ANC was declining of all these stories. That was these corruption stories and fights and killing. If the ANC win their battle with cleaning them in themselves,
I don't see them cleaning themselves. I think the time of ANC to go and to lose the power has arrived now. I don't see them anytime there will be cleansing ceremony of the ANC. Now is the time of the new people that they must give new other political parties to govern. Look, historically, the liberation movement, they don't last more than 3rd century. I think the time of ANC to go has arrived, and this is the time. That is why they are killing one another.
Okay, there you have heard it. We're just going to look at the video clip, and then we're going to discuss it, the video clip.
So tell me, you're an EFF member, EFF supporter.
Yeah.
Why do you believe in the EFF?
No, because of this corruption.
So you think Julius can stop this corruption?
I think so and I hope so. But it's a pity that someone that goes from the EFF that's been discharged, that comes and says it was Bulala Bonga Balu. So that story doesn't, it's not going to work. You see?
Okay. So the only problem, the only issue you have with Malema is the Bulala Balu issue.
Some of these people are doing that story.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not going to work in South Africa. Well, of course, we are all here. White man provides food for people in towns and all that. Because if there's no Amapulu, there won't be food in South Africa. Then we're going to eat each other.
My question to you is, there's a lot of whites that is not in favor of the EFF for some reason, but there's also whites that's coming now up in supporting the EFF. What will your comment be on that one?
As I said earlier when I started, the leader of the EFF is very humble. We don't say just to bully bulu to everyone. There are those who are ill-treating us, and the only thing that I want to correct this video clip of, they say the white people provide food, the black people also work the land and provide food. So all of us, we need one another. But if the element of this one is more important than another one, that will be the problem. If we can see as equal as human beings and respect one another, and all of us share the economy and participate, because you cannot do without your son. Whatever in the studio, you cannot work alone. There's a producer, there's another person that you work this program to come as it is that you wanted. So there is no one that if the white people, they go, will eat one another. We'll eat, we'll plant, we'll go to the farm and eat. But we are saying, let also be respect us as human beings. They cannot say, if they left, we are going to eat one another. What is that?
That's a great answer there. Right, in conclusion, can you give us 2 or 3 reasons for the viewers why they must consider voting for the EFF?
The EFF is representing the black people in majority, but we are not saying also the minority. If there are those white people that are okay, who do we think we can live together and build? Because they grow up, they were born here, they don't have anywhere to go. But what we are saying, we have 7 cardinal pillars of the EFF. The most important one is the issue of expropriation of land. We want to, every time when you get this opportunity, to explain the principle of expropriation of land without compensation. We are saying, let the process of the government be tabled so that everyone can get access and participate to the economy. The issue of the mines, that every time when you go to Lujweli in Velcom, people are killing one another. They are zamazamas, people, they are not working, while we have minerals in Lujweli what they are not benefiting our people. So if people, they can just give, you are also fighting the issue of corruption. Remember, people, they didn't believe on us when we started, that Zuma is not going to finish his term because of the corruption that he have done in Gandla. And you also challenge the issue of the judiciary, that let everyone be charged in the court of law fair without any victimization. But what is happening now, there are people that have been protected. So if the people of Mangaung of South Africa can give us opportunity, we want to make sure the economy be transferred equally, and all of us must be participate in the economy. Our children have qualification, we have qualification. All of us, we need to work our economy. This cake is too big. All of us, we can eat, all of us, and be okay. But if one group of ethnic they are benefiting more than other group is going to be a problem. So EFF is a government of the people, will make sure that we protect every citizen, every human being that is coming to the country. As long as you come with the right direction, we record everyone who's coming to South Africa. Even the borders must open, because I've got my aunt in Lesotho, you've got your aunt in Namibia, other one's got an aunt in Botswana. All of us, we are relative. But we are saying when you walk, we come to South Africa to see your aunt, there must be a proper registration who's coming here. But it cannot be, say, we are black people, you are not supposed to come to South Africa. While the people from UK, they travel every time we go to the airport, they are flighting, the flights are full, they are coming to South Africa. But the only person that is wrong is a black person. It's wrong. Let's give everyone equal opportunity and participate in the economy. If I want to go to Gambia, I want to go to Rwanda, I must be given opportunity, because I want to know my African and have understanding what is happening in Africa. But in a manner that we are being ill-treated as black people, to make us to hate one another, we don't support. That's the problem. So EFF is the party of the people, and let's give the EFF this opportunity. You will see the service delivery in Mangaung. We'll see who the people that will participate in the economy of Mangaung.
We would like to say thank you to Mandisa. I think she was quite clear, and if you people still want to comment on it, we can follow, and always I got the link and I can inquire. There's other issues that I want to discuss with her further after this, and maybe we'll have her again on this note. And on this note, we would like to see in the next 2 weeks, we move a little bit away from politics. We're going to pay a visit to Grootvlei Prison to see how the system is in Grootvlei Prison. So please tune in on the 2nd of June, where we'll give you more information about Grootvlei Prison. But on this note, we would like to say thank you for the viewers, and please stay safe. Wave 3 is around, and it is in the Free State. Thank you, all of you.
Thanks.